This coming from Andrew Berry. Mary Kay Cabot tweets this out. Andrew Berry expects Nick Chubb to start doing some light running this month as opposed to conditioning work. It's the next step. Next 3 months will determine when he is available, if he's available at the start of the season, if he's available a couple weeks into the season, all to be determined in the next 3 months. But that is a really good sign. Obviously, as a running back, you can't do anything until you can start running and cutting.
Yeah, well, it's so hard, you know. Most experts will say a guy's better a year out from his surgery, obviously, you know, and I almost think anything you get in 2024 is going to be a plus. It's good that all the markers are being hit, but I would really like them to, and I think they will, err on the side of caution because when do you need Nick Chubb? You need Nick Chubb closer to being Nick Chubb in the second half of the season when you're going on a stretch drive and trying to make the playoffs, and you want him to be as close as he can be back to himself at the end of the season as opposed to at the beginning of the season. Sure, if you're out of the playoff hunt because in the first half of the season, well, then it didn't do you much good to save him. But I just think all things being equal, if you can bring him along, and I think that's the signing of Deontay Foreman points to that. You have a veteran. I kind of wrote about this before free agency. I didn't expect him to go get a big name guy, but Foreman was one of the names I mentioned, you know, on a short term prove it deal. They're not married to him, you know, and they can also draft a running back, you know, maybe on the third day like they had with Jerome Ford. And you have maybe a trio of Deontay Foreman, Jerome Ford, Pierre Strong, or a draft pick until Chubb's ready to go. That way you don't want to force him, you know, before he's ready to go. And I think they will do that. I would expect him, you know, maybe to be ready for training camp, but I would think he'd start out on the pup list and bring him along slow. I mean, why put any pressure on him to be ready for September, you know, at this stage of the game? What does that really do for you?